G'day everyone, how's it all going? So today we've got something really special that we're going to be doing. We're going to be checking out this CR1M Menu D. Now you might be wondering why this one's special. Well, it's actually because this one was done on the 1st of July 2016, which means it was actually run on the first day of the new line and packaging and contents. So I don't think I've actually seen one reviewed on YouTube this new before, and even looking inside we can see some stuff which we haven't seen before. So really looking forward to checking it out. And this one's actually all thanks to our mates over at MRE Mountain. So MRE Mountain's just got a few of these in stock just recently, so make sure you jump online, go to their website. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you. Go on there, grab some of these before they run out. They're going to go quick. Don't want you to be disappointed and miss out. Now, because this one's so new, I'm not actually going to do a full review of the contents and tasting it today. What we're going to do is we're just going to go through the actual contents, see what's new, what's the same, and maybe there's some stuff that's actually in there which is returned which wasn't in the last year's. So let's check it out. So first, what I wanted to actually do was show you what a full case of CR1Ms actually looks like, and this is it. Here we've got the Australian Defence Force Combat Ration 1-man case, and it contains 2 boxes containing 5 CR1Ms, and it all is the same menu. So this box is actually menu E. We've got a packaging date on here of the 5th of April 2017. That's right, 2017. Very, very solid cardboard that it's made of as well, and you can also see your strapping here, which actually holds the whole thing together. These things are actually pretty easy to open. Just pull on the bottom one and it's supposed to come away pretty easy. So let's have a look at what the smaller boxes inside look like. And this is it, a very, very plain looking box. It's actually pretty small, pretty simple. However, on one end of it, you've got some extra details here. Hopefully I'll be able to show you on here, because the camera's a little bit close. It's actually got a standard range card as well. And something else inside as well is the Sentry roster. And finally, once you open that small box, you actually have 5 of these fellas, and that's a CR1M. Now this one here is actually a lot number of 12, 10, 16, and it's not from that case which I showed you. I didn't actually open that one, but hopefully you enjoy just having a quick look before we actually get into the contents about how they actually come. So the first thing I wanted to actually look at was the non-food items. So firstly, we've got this matches here which come in a really good cylinder tube, quite well sealed, and it contains 10 regular matches, 4 windproof matches, and also a little bit of lint here to help start any fires. Now the troops are actually issued with Esbit stoves, however most of them don't actually use them. Generally they just open up the main and eat it cold, simply because it's a lot quicker and easier to do that than mucking around with chucking it in some boiling water. Next, what we're going to do is actually check out this toilet paper. And I've never actually opened up one of these packs before, so I'm not even sure how it actually is or how many you get in here. So let's count it out. So I actually got a fair few in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, and there's multiple squares to each, so there's probably 10 to 15 bits of toilet paper in there actually, or squares of toilet paper. I must say that it is quite soft as well, so it's not going to do too much damage to your rear end if you're using it. Some of the stuff they've had in these things is like bloody sandpaper. Next, we've got the shovel. So this thing is absolutely fantastic. The size of it is absolutely massive and really, really solid, really durable, great quality. These things are fantastic. We've got the scouring pad. So this has actually been impregnated with a little bit of soap here, just so you can get a good clean of your kit if you do end up cooking inside of it. and pretty tough. Feels like good quality. Next, we've actually got this Ziploc bag. This is your normal everyday Ziploc bag that you buy from the shops, but it is something which they have in here which I think is a really great idea, and a lot of other countries can probably learn from it. With it, you want to take your rubbish after you've finished. One, for the environment, but two, for security reasons. And a lot of other countries don't have a Ziploc bag, but this makes it a lot easier and cleaner for taking your stuff out of the field with you. Any empty packaging you can just chuck in here, seal it up, and once all the food's gone, because there's only really one tin, and in some cases 2 tins, most of it can squash down really well, and it'll be quite compact in here. So really good idea. And finally, we're going to check out this information sheet. So got a bunch of different information here. So general information, this is a 24-hour ration. You cook it for 10 to 15 minutes in the bag. Food allergens as well, just to be careful that if you are allergic to anything, you do read the packaging. Even preventative action here, so it talks about lack of salt intake, lack of water intake, opening multiple items, you can get some cross-contamination there, and even with the litter. Likely outcome is it's a ground sign and impacts intelligence and environment as well. So make sure you pick up your litter. Best before dates as well. Water sterilisation, something that's on here says to add water purification tablets and boil for at least 5 minutes. So the troops are also issued with water purification tablets too when they go out. Supply data, CR1M data, and at the bottom here it says shelf life of the CR1M is 27 months, commencing from their package date. Inside, you can actually see what all the differences are between the mains. A bunch of information about what every single CR1M contains as a general filling. And then you've got a couple of pages here of just information about ingredients in the different items as well. So heaps of information on there that you can actually have a look at if you need to. So let's check out the accessory pack. So inside the accessory pack, you have 3 rubber bands, and that's just to help seal up any bags that you might need to containing any extra food so that it doesn't go falling out through your kit and you lose it. You've got a 2-gram pack of fine white salt, a 2-gram pack of black pepper. Now this is a pretty coarse grind inside, and 2 grams of pepper is a heck of a lot of pepper. It goes a really long way. Next, we've got our tomato ketchup, or tomato sauce is what we call it down under. The reason why it's not got tomato sauce written on here and it's got ketchup written instead is simply because we do work with a lot of other foreign countries, and they do use our CR1Ms for their food as well at times. So if they read tomato sauce, some other countries could actually think it was something you'd chuck in an Italian dish. So something to chuck with some pasta or maybe make up a bolognese. So that's why they've got ketchup there, to save that confusion. You've got your Tabasco sauce, which is a really welcome addition to the CR1M. A lot of other countries are jumping on board with chucking some sort of a hot sauce or even a chili flake into their kits just to make the mains a bit more palatable. Sometimes you can get really sick of the flavour or it's not the best, so that really kicks it up and makes it a bit more enjoyable. You've got your instant coffee here, 2 packets of that. It doesn't actually have a brand written on here. However, whenever I've had it, it's tasted exactly like Nescafe Blend 43, or Nescafe Original if you're overseas. You've got your tea bags here. They have Bell branded tea bags inside, which is a New Zealand brand. 4 7-gram packs of fine white sugar. You've got your FRED. So FRED stands for Field Ration Eating Device, or if you're one of the troops, you can call it an effing ridiculous eating device. This thing here is a bit like a P38. If you cover up those parts, which are the extras we have, it looks pretty much like a normal P38. However, being Aussie, we've chucked on a bottle opener here, and you've also got a little spoon. It's not really that useful, this thing, so you'd hope that you don't lose your main eating shovel. simply because this is going to take you forever to eat a feed if you need to. And finally, the brand new addition to this year, which is your Mentos Pure Fresh Gum. And this contains green tea extract, so automatically it's got some extra antioxidants in here. You've got your fresh mint flavour, which is the blue pack, and there are green packs as well, which is like a spearmint flavour. Each pack contains 3 pieces of gum. The contents that you see in front of you is identical in every single one of these accessory packs. The only difference you'll find is the flavour of gum, whether it's a blue pack or a green pack. So what you have in front of you now is all the components which are identical in all menus for the 2016 to 2017 menu list. First, what we have here is a non-dairy creamer. Now this is fairly new into these rations and have come about because there's more people who are lactose intolerant and can't have dairy. So that way these people can still have some milk or powder which goes into their tea, coffee and even their muesli over there. Next, we've got our biscuit jam sandwich. So these things are fantastic, go great with tea and coffee. Basically what they are is 2 bits of shortbread with a big dollop of strawberry jam in the middle. Really good. Our sweetened condensed milk here. This stuff's been in CR1Ms for absolutely years. Even back to Vietnam they had that stuff in there. And you can see why they've kept it. Really, really popular and goes great. The chocolate ration, that's one of those items which is really iconic for the CR1M. Someone sees this even on its own, they'll know that it come from a CR1M. Between this and the Fred, nothing gets more Australian. They used to actually have 2 of those chocolate rations. However, in the 90s, they actually brought in the M&Ms. So they took it down to 1 chocolate ration and added in a bag of these guys. M&Ms, really, really well known all around the world. I don't think there'd be many countries where people don't know about them. Our yeast extract, yep, this one's your Vegemite. And I think it's actually the first year that inside the green paperwork, it actually says Vegemite. We've got our processed cheddar cheese here as well. So it's actually the 2nd year that Bega has actually been the brand that they've used for this stuff, which is a company which is Australian owned, and it's right here in New South Wales as well. Over for our natural muesli with fruits and seeds. That stuff is absolutely fantastic and a lot of people reckon it's one of the best mueslis that are going around in the ration packs. The mix of dried fruit and seed which is in it is absolutely first class, has a great sweetness which isn't overpowering and tastes really, really natural. The long life bread that we have here, when I first tried that, I was absolutely blown away on how good it was. Really, really great taste, great texture, and goes really well for mopping up the gravy that you have in all of those sorts of meals that we have with the CR1M. We've also got instant mashed potato. So some people might remember that we actually had freeze-dried rice in some menus. Not anymore. They got rid of the freeze-dried rice and it's purely instant mashed potato in all packs. I'm not sure why they've done that, but I guess it was just a lot easier and a lot quicker to prepare and eat. With these biscuit cream crackers, these things went away for a year. However, there were heaps of complaints from the diggers and they said bring them back. They absolutely love using these for their spreads, whether it's the jam, Vegemite, and even marmalade in some of these packs. The mee goreng noodles, these things started in late 2014, so they've been in the rat packs for 3 years so far. All of them are mee goreng flavoured now. However, before these came about, they used to have flavours like beef, curry, and chicken. And finally, we've got the new one on here. So this one is the hospital formula Sustagen, and it's a bit like a protein powder. However, it's also a good source of calcium and vitamin D. All of the packs I've seen so far that have the Sustagen all have coffee flavoured. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually have the other types which they have, because Sustagen do things like strawberry and chocolate flavour as well, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. If anyone's had one of these before and they've got a different flavour, let us know. It's also interesting to note that the Sustagen has taken over for the chocolate mix that we used to have. So I reckon there's going to be a few disappointed people out there because the old hot chocolate was really popular. And that brings us to the last of the items, and these ones are the ones which actually change up from menu to menu. There's 8 different menus ranging from menu A to menu H. In each menu, you actually have 2 heatable mains in these bags. Now, there's 8 different menus, however there's only 15 different flavours of main, and they've actually doubled up on the beef with onions and gravy menu. So I guess it's been pretty popular for them. Another thing to note is that with each letter of the menu comes the exact same mains that were in last year's, so they haven't changed that up at all. We've also got the tuna here. Now there's 2 different flavours of tuna that you can get. This one's lime and black pepper dressing, and there's also a sun-dried tomato flavour as well. There's only 4 menus that have tuna, and they're menus A, D, E and H. For the other menus, B, C, F and G, they've actually had the tuna swapped out, and they've added in a beef steak bar and a can of diced fruit. With the diced fruit, there's 3 different flavours available. You've got diced peaches, diced pears, and then you've got 2 fruits. Every menu comes with a soup as well. So this one here, you've got golden pumpkin soup, and we've got 4 different flavours of soup available. There's creamy chicken, creamy mushroom, tomato, and golden pumpkin. Next, we have the all fruits bar. This is another one of those ones which is returned after a year away. There's 3 different flavours available for that. You've got mixed fruit, tropical, and raspberry flavoured. And now we've got our spread. So this one's strawberry jam. There's actually a few different types of spreads available. You've got your marmalade, you've also got strawberry, and there's even plum as well. All menus also come with some candy as well. So we've got 4 different menus which have Werther's Originals, and these are pretty well known around the world as well. We've also got 2 menus which have peppermint flavoured Lifesavers, and another 2 menus which have musk flavoured Lifesavers. Now, I get asked all the time, what the hell is musk flavour? The best way I can actually explain it is probably like rose water. It's a very, very sickly sweet sort of taste, and not everyone's cup of tea. But I guess it might be one of those things which is pretty Australian, and that's why they've actually got them in our packs. We've also got the Thoughts sports drink here as well. So this one's a bit like your Gatorade powder or Powerade powder, and we've got wild berry flavour here. There's 5 different flavours available for that energy drink, and that is blue lemonade, orange, tropical, lemon and lime, and wild berry, which we have here. So something that's really bugged me personally about it is that there's only one of these drinks available in here. I reckon, especially with today's age, with the wars going over in the desert there, they really need more than just one of these sorts of isotonic sports drinks available to the troops. I reckon they should have at least 2 or 3 in there. And something you find in the British ration packs is about 4 drinks. So they did really well doing that for theirs. It's a lot easier to mix up one of these drinks with some water in your canteen than what it is to stop, heat up some water to make yourself a tea or a coffee. And finally, that takes us to this whole grain cereal bar with fruits and chia seeds. This is an item which is brand new to the CR1M. There's only 2 different flavours available for these whole grain bars, and that's fruits and chia seeds, and you've also got the whole grain cereal bar with seeds including chia. So thanks heaps for stopping by and checking this one out, everyone. Hopefully you found it interesting, maybe even a bit informative, of having a look at what the 2016-2017 CR1Ms contain. It was interesting to see the new items that have come in, as well as some of the older items which have now returned, and even the items which have gone. So whether it's the chocolate drink, and even the fruit cake as well. So don't forget, check out MRE Mountain if you're after one of these yourself. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to go to. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram too. Thanks heaps for watching, everyone. See ya.